Christion Willett here, the voice of my generation. Listen, I want to tell you all a story about how I changed my life and why I changed my life. Growing up, I always realized that I wanted to be different. I always knew that I wanted to create my own path and take my own lane. And throughout my life, I struggled with what that path could be or how could I make myself fulfilled. And I had to realize that I had to find my purpose. I had to find out who I was. I had to find out what makes me happy. And that's the first thing that helped me change my life. It was I found out my purpose. I found out what I was passionate about. I found out what I loved. And this is how I was able to change my life, because I knew me. A lot of you are stuck in life because you don't know yourself. A lot of you are lost in life because you don't know what you want. A lot of you all are sick of your life because you're only stuck with what you accepted and what you're taking. You can't live like that. You got to go after what you want and what you deserve. You got to go after everything that God has for you. But the first step you got to do is sit down and realize what makes me happy. How can I fulfill my purpose? How can I be successful? That's the first thing you have to ask yourself if you want to change your life. You got to really truly think about, if I could wake up every day and chase after something, what would it be? If I could wake up every day and go somewhere and do something, what would it be? The answer for me was being a speaker, doing business, working in sales, building new relationships. That's what changed my life. I just found 3 or 4 things that I was so interested in, and I just wanted to make it my life. I wanted it to be me. It consumed me to do these things. It consumed me to give back, to help, to be a speaker. It consumed me to own real estate and own business. It consumed me to work in sales and to chase after every sale and after every deal that I go after. Like, it consumed me. And I think that's the biggest thing. It consumed my life, and it made me happy. And I knew this is what I wanted, because every time it got hard, I kept pushing. Every time it got hard, I wanted more. Every time it got hard, I kept challenging myself. And that's how you know you're changing. That's how you know you want a better life. A lot of times we think because it's hard, we got to quit. Because it's hard, it's not for me. Because it's hard, it'll never happen. No, I believe when something is so hard and you keep pushing through it, that's how you know you want it bad. That's how you know it's for you. And that's the one thing I had to do in my life, was just figure out my purpose and my why. And I found that through speaking. I found that through helping people. I found that through different avenues in business and different jobs and working in sales. I found out who I really want to be. And I promise you, when you walk in that life and you walk in that purpose of who you really want to be, that's the best life that you can have. That's the greatest gift that you can have, when you live every single day and you know who you want to be and you chase after who you want to be. And I think that's a lot of people's problem. We never just make that decision of, this is what I'm going to chase after. I think a lot of people spend their life chasing after things they really don't want to be, or they don't even want. And I think when you get those things, or when you're chasing after those things, you're just sad and depressed. And I think this was causes suicide. This was caused depression. This was caused people to hate themselves. It's because you know you're chasing after something that you don't want. You're working somewhere that you don't want to work. You're in a relationship that you really don't want to be in, but you don't know it at the time because you're confused. But when you sit down and ask yourself, what do I want? Who can I be? Then you'll know how to make a decision. Like, let me just give you a quick example. Let's say if you're in a relationship and the person you're with is abusing you, they're talking bad to you, they're not loyal to you. Why do you stay? The reason you stay because you don't know what you want. Because if you sat down and looked in the mirror and said, hey, I want a person who's going to love me unconditionally. I want a person who's not going to lie to me. I want a person who's going to be honest with me. The person you're with is the opposite of what you want. So by you staying with that person, it means you don't know what you want. That means you're choosing to accept what you have, and you're choosing to say that's what you want. But deep down, it's not really what you want, because you hate it. You want to leave, but it's just something that's tying you to that person. You got to sit down and realize what you want. And that's how I changed my life. I changed my life because I just decided what I wanted. And I decided to go after it, no matter what anybody thought, no matter what anybody said. I just decided to go after what I wanted. I decided that I was going to wake up every day and do the things that I wanted. I was going to chase after the things that made me happy. I was going to chase after the things that made me feel like I was a success. A lot of times people look at success as a monetary value, or people look at success as accomplishments. But I think the first step of success is just waking up and doing it. Waking up and knowing what you want. Waking up and going after your dreams. That's the true first step of success, because that's how you get to the last step. That's how you get to the everything you want. That's how you get to the monetary value you want, the job you want, the business you want. Because you got to wake up and take action and know what you want. Life doesn't happen by accident. And if your life is happening by accident, that means you're scared. That means you're afraid, you're alone. But life does not happen by accident. Life is full of purpose, faith, and hope, and for something greater that you can achieve. Because I'm telling you, when you know what you want, you can achieve it. And like I said, I want to change my life because I want to be different. I come from a city where most people, they end up in jail, sell drugs, smoke weed all day. I didn't want to do that. I wanted different. I didn't want to be a rapper. I stopped chasing the dream of being a NFL player, athlete. I didn't want that anymore. Because it got to a point where it was depressing. I didn't want it. I didn't see it for my life. And so the reason that I changed my life is I wanted different. I wanted to help people. I wanted to motivate people. I knew I had a voice. I knew I had a passion. I knew I had a gift. And that's what changed my life, because I knew what I want and I went after it. And I knew that if I went after this, it was going to be hard and challenging, but I knew it was going to make me happy and satisfying. And I remember when I first started this journey of wanting to be a speaker, wanting to help people, wanting to start business, wanting to own real estate. I didn't have nothing at first. I started from scratch. But now if you follow me, you know my video, you see me, I've reached over 5 million views on multiple platforms. I have over hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers on multiple platforms. I multiplied my real estate in the last 3 years. I'm telling you, I dreamed this life and I'm chasing after it, and it's only the beginning. So when you dream of something and you chase after something you want, you're going to be successful. You just got to keep going after and keep dreaming and keep knowing that you're going to make it. Listen, thank y'all so much for watching, man. I really appreciate y'all. Listen, make sure y'all be on the lookout for the new hoodies. They're going to be dropping soon. I'm going to be selling them. Listen, I gave away over 80 hoodies last year. I gave them away, man. I wanted to give back to my community. I gave them to many different students, different programs, different students in the community. And so now I'm going to be relaunching them next year. And man, I'm excited to be launching them back. I'm going to have different colors. And so, man, be on the lookout for those. And make sure y'all like and subscribe. I really need y'all support. You guys are the reason I'm here. You guys are the reason I'm successful, because you guys have been supporting me. You've been there for me every single day, step of the way. So I'm just so thankful. Christion Willett, the voice of my generation.